I'm back. Okay, in last video we have seen that what is active voice and what is passive voice with examples. Here also we'll be discussing about voices with tenses. Okay. Shall we? Okay, fine. Uh, okay. If it is in present simple tense, how it will be converted into passive voice? That is what the first example is. Okay, I make a cake. It is in simple present tense. It is in active voice. We'll we have to change that into passive voice. So we shall we see how we are making active into passive. We are converting active into passive actually. Okay, fine. Here I make a cake. Here I is a subject, make is a verb, and a cake is an object. In passive, as I already told, that in passive the object should have the place of subject, right? So here obviously a cake, the object will become a subject. A cake, we have to see a cake or that object is singular or plural. So here that object is singular, so we are using is. Okay, and that is also in simple present tense, so we should use is for is verb. Okay, a cake is, then in active that that was make, but in passive we have to use the third form of the verb. So make become made. So, okay, here I make a cake converted as a cake is made, and we should use by word. Why? Because the cake is made by whom? Okay, the question is whom, so we are using by them, by their, and the concerned subject. Okay, here I make a cake. In passive, a cake is made by me. Okay, I become me because the personal pronoun of I is me. So same alike. These are the examples. Okay, kindly have a glance, and if you have any doubts you can comment me. Okay, then we'll move on to the next slide. Okay, here we'll be discussing about the rules and regulations of active and passive voices. Okay, first, rule number 1, the object of the active sentence become the subject of the passive sentence. Already I told you, the object become subject, the subject become object, right? And passive, the object become the subject. Okay, and then we have for example, we have elected a new president. A new president has been elected. Okay, we have elected a new president as in active voice, so we have to convert that into a passive voice. So how we have how we have converted? Look, a new president, which means object should have the subject position, so the object became subject. A new president has been, as I already told you that we should use third form of verb, which means past participle form of the verb in passive voice. So has been elected. Same like the example, they are playing the match on Saturday. It is in active, and the passive form of the sentence is the match is being played. Being played means that is progressing, that is not completed yet, so that indicates the progress action. And we'll get into the next slide, that is is nothing but rule 2. If the object is a pronoun, if the object is a pronoun, make sure to change it to a subject pronoun. I hope you understand well. Here we have an example so that you have clearance. Okay, I bought him a present. Okay, I bought him a present, and he was bought a present, right? Okay, I bought him a present as an active voice. Yes. Okay, we need to change that into passive. First of all, we should see the personal pronoun. If the sentence has personal pronoun, we know how to change it into a what subject pronoun. So here, I bought him a present. Here, who is the subject? Him is the subject. So obviously in passive voice, object will become subject. So what is the subject pronoun for him? He is the subject pronoun for him. So we are using he was bought a present. Here, was bought in the sense, him is a personal pronoun, right? Object pronoun. So we are converting that into he, and obviously the first sentence is in present tense, so I mean past tense. So we need to use the verb accordingly, so that we are using was there, and verb third form, bought a present. Okay, got my point? Okay, this is the second rule of active and passive, sorry, active into passive. And rule number 3, actually, when we are converting active into passive, we should not use do, does, or did with passive voice. Actually, for example, they didn't sell all the tickets for concert. They didn't sell all the ticket for the concert. Okay, we should not use like this, all the tickets weren't sold. We should use like the second sentence. Okay, we do not give lesson on public holidays. We should not use do not or do, does, did not like verbs. Lessons are not given on public holidays. Yes. Okay, get into the next slide. Rule number 4, if there is a preposition with a verb, do not forget it. If kindly note down, if there is a preposition with a verb, do not forget it. Okay, Shiv looks after the children. Okay, here what is preposition? After is the preposition. So if the sentence have uh, preposition preposition, so we should not forget it. We should use that into passive too. Okay, we should not omit that preposition. For example, the children are looked after, only we need to change the verb form, right? We should not change the preposition, so that will be continued. Okay, she looks after the children. In passive, the children are looked after by Shiv. Okay, and rule number 5, if the verb has two objects. Okay, if the verb has two objects, we usually use the person as the subject in the passive voice. Okay, if the verb has two subject, obviously we are using that person as subject too in passive voice. Okay, for example, no one gave me any directions. No one gave me any directions, it is a active voice. Then in passive voice, what, how the sentence will become? How the sentence will become? I was not given any directions. Okay, no one gave me. Here me as a subject, sorry, here me as a object. Me plays a role of an object. Obviously in passive we are considering that as a subject and using a subject pronoun. I was not given any direction. Obviously pronoun, I mean I, and was means the sentence is in past, so we are using was and not given verb third form and any directions. Got my point? Okay, then we'll get into the next slide. Okay,
Okay, I hope you all are doing well, and hope you understand those rules, and we'll be discussing about what grammatical rules of active and passive voice in next video. So thank you for watching, and thank you.